I am myself again. That millstone gone, the weight of which I bore more heavy than any love for that inconvenient child. The stuff of which I'm made will not allow the haunting of my conscience. That's for the weak.
Child! A child. The babe I've always craved.
Wring his little neck. It was left with us to die. Squeeze until his face turns blue and he no longer cries.
No, he's mine! My little babe in arms.
Ha! How will you feed it? Your breasts like bones are dry. Drier than Sahara sand beneath the noonday sky.
Spirits, listen to my wisdom. Compromise we'll do. You'll not kill him, cousin, and the babe's not left with you. The woodland spirit comes. He has a tale to tell about a woman in Dunblane to whom misfortune fell. She lost her newborn babe. He was but 2 days old. But we, dark spirits, can put things right and end her sorry woes. Agreed?
I agreed.
Macbeth, a man of steadfast might, should shed no tears upon the sight of death.
Here lies the wife I loved with all my heart. She was finer than the ocean's finest pearl. And now, the precious jewel that I have lost.
What's done is done, and cannot be undone. Look to your future. Who's waiting in your past? Not 100, not 10, not 1, but none. Not her, not now. She's gone. She awaits you in heaven, not on this earth.
My wife is dead. You disregard my grief. Grief that eats away at my aching soul. Now it is time to stand aside, my lord. Take off the mail, discard the sword and pike. Your Majesty, find another general to lead the army, for I am done with it now.
Relationships come not lacking conflict. On the one hand, he is to be admired. His leadership I cannot afford to lose. On the other hand, his firm stubbornness I could well do without. I am the king. To let him go admits defeat. So with him, another tack we shall employ. The wolf did not become the loyal dog by a stick beaten hard across its back. For years you have served us well, Macbeth. For you there shall be a just reward. Glamis castle shall be yours, and the title Thane.
What of the present Thane, my lord?
You underestimate your king, Macbeth. There are many ways, and here's just one. Staff bribed, bear witness against their master. Disgraced, he will soon renounce the title Thane of Glamis, and so it comes to you, Macbeth. Come by the palace morning time, where I will hear your acceptance of this.
What I would give to be Thane of Glamis. Of Scotland's finest castle I'd be lord. Of land to farm, and forest trees to fell, and burn in the hearths of its lofty halls. But Duncan's game I see. For with this castle comes lifelong servitude to his command.
All hail, Lorna Stuart, Queen to be of this fair land. All hail, Lorna Stuart, Queen to be of this fair land.
When you had hardly grown into a woman all alone in this world, abandoned by mother and father who had died,
you became the rich man's whore, demanding gold and more.
and more.
Your fall from grace was swift and sure.
When thanes and lords grew tired of you,
And adding to your state of gloom,
A bastard babe grew in your womb.
the jealous lady of the Thane threw you out into the rain.
Now you're at your lowest ebb, cold and hungry, almost dead.
All that is just bitter confirmation of a life that from hence will be denied.
Yes, draw a line under everything that's gone before.
Deny all your past.
And where will that get me? To my future? As Scotland's queen? You speak rank nonsense.
The crown's within your reach, Lorna Stuart. You must heed the signs. You must heed the signs.
What signs do I heed? Return and explain. I have a need to know how from the gutter it is possible to touch Scotland's crown.
Stand easy, soldier. Has the noise of war your hearing impaired?
You were once my leader, but that time has passed. From the army I have taken my leave, my lord.
And now, no excitement. Just here and nothing.
My reward, sir, is my life, well unscathed. Here, sir, I enjoy looking at the sky, without it being the last thing I see. Dying on the battlefield, on my back.
Oh, this common man. He knows more his mind than I. For I cannot decide between the mantle of fame of Glamis or flight into exile. I fear the comfort of Glamis' lofty halls would be but a few short wind-swept winter weeks, while all the pleasant summer months would be lost on the battlefield of Duncan's behest. Would exile be worse or better than this? Would Duncan come after me to England? Seek me out, take his revenge by my death? Oh, he is dangerous. His temper fragile as the rutting stag beating off its rivals. Duncan's waiting. You'll have my presence, not my answer. Here like St. Peter stands the fool that guards the door, that access not to heaven gives, but to Duncan's chambers, in which the loyal and honoured guests fawn to the king. They are like actors, playing parts in blind pretense. Knock, knock, knock! Who will come to let me in? The devil, if it were the gate to hell. Ah, is this Beelzebub in disguise? No. The chamberlain here to welcome me.
Sir, I must have sanctuary at Forres. Wild highwaymen set upon my party, intent on rape, robbery, and our deaths. When they stripped me of my fine dress and jewels, I slipped from their murderous grasp, ran to the trees, and in the woods laid low until they'd gone. I took this from a servant girl they'd raped, and butchered in a ditch where she died.
Here. Which one of these have eaten safe? Which one of these will kill you? Like that. I can tell. They're brands of fool. Lies and fairy tales I can see as well. Your story does impress, but it's flawed. Robbery upon the road, that's true. But no one escaped. The cutthroats killed them all.
No! I'm here to tell the tale. Look, alive and well, but destitute.
Then you be the Lady Cameron Dunkeld.
Yes, I am that lady. Here before you.
An easy trap. The death cap mushroom picked. There was no Lady Cameron Dunkeld. No robbery, just a story and a lie.
You worm! You toad! You snivelling little wretch! How dare you advantage take of a distress-torn, defenceless maiden? When I am queen, an order will I sign. Rip out the entrails of this palace guard and throw them to the buzzards as a feast.
Queen. You have as much chance of being queen as me being crowned at Scone, taking Duncan's place.
Something precious have I to bargain with. You, like all men, have nothing. Just your need for what it is I have. And that's the key to unlock the door to my ambitions. Kings and commoners, all men are the same. Harbouring a lust for female flesh. All men, I say, but some are not so inclined. So, what of you, you miserable little rat? Are you a man, or some wimpish buffoon who lusts only after pretty young boys?
You question my manhood! I'm a ram who's chopped countless ewes. You best speak easy of me, or I'll have you on the ground, and then you'll know me as a man.
You will not have me on the ground, but in comfort on a bed at Forest Castle. You will have me as many times as it takes to get me to the king in better robes.
To share your bed. Your offer does appeal. In exchange for what? A castle entry?
Your place is but a stepping stone. From there, my upward path through other contacts make. But I will need a tale that can support that I am virgin and of decent rank.
A weaver strong and good. The king's no fool.
Since my parents died, I've lived upon my wits and woven many tales to get me by.
You've little skill in the cunning art of weaving tales that soundly pass for truth. I just undone the one you brought me. To be believed, all lies must fit the facts.
Then I turn to you. By your artistry. Not with silver, though. You know what I have.
And you'd trust your life with a fool like me. Once you left my bed of straw and found more comfort nearer to the king, I could at any time reveal the truth.
I then ensure your head was next to mine. On the block, awaiting the axe's fall.
The king is like a foolish dog with a bone it won't let go. Long since picked clean of meat, tight grip between its teeth. It makes no sense hanging on like this. as it makes no sense, Duncan wanting me as Fane of Glans. Meanwhile at home, battle-weary soldiers rest, but not I, for I am Duncan's honoured guest.
Everything upon your shoulders rests. I grow more fearful things lie beyond your reach. I am in need of another step to get me to the chamber of the king.
A man came by my gate, battle-worn and wearied by his flight from distant Berwick. He brought with him the news. The town is lost to Northumbria, so now in English hands.
A distant conflict does not help me with my cause.
The messenger, like me, was a Berwick man. I remembered him from my youthful days. I stood firm for hour on hour outside the door, waiting for the messenger to emerge. Then in the castle kitchen plied him with ale and cooked you a story from which he freely said. The Thane and his family, they were all killed by English raiders. He had a daughter, Isabel. She was round your age. You take her role, play the part. Say you escaped from there. The Thane is a distant cousin from the king. To you, sanctuary, you will freely grant.
Are you certain Isabel is dead?
Yeah, I'm certain. Father, mother, daughters, sons, all slain.
You'd be well advised to stand aside. There's a need to look beyond these sorry robes, for they disguise that I'm of noble birth. Isabel of Berwick, daughter of the Thane, a distant cousin of the king. The Chamberlain would have you whipped, I'm sure, if you impede my passing through this door.
Your head could roll if what she says is the truth. Or if what she says are lies. Her head could roll no sooner than when she meets the Chamberlain. I think it's best for you if you just let her pass. Mark well this guard whom comfort stands, unlike MacLeod who was without the gate, in driving rain and snow and bitter wind. When you get closer to the king and you settle in, you speak highly of me. Forget not my reward.
I can do no less. By a spider's thread life delicately hangs. I will always need to keep the side with you, MacLeod, trustee of the secret that moves me on.
Forest Castle I remain, with time on my hands that runs slow like an hourglass, that is somehow filled with damp and stubborn sand. Thomas, stir yourself!
My lord?
Each day below this tower, there's a lady carries flowers from the garden. Who is she?
Is that all you require, my lord? Knowledge of this girl, her name, from where she has come?
Yes, speak if you know. I grow impatient. What is she doing here?
Her name is Isabel, my lord. She, like you, is Duncan's guest. Daughter of Lord Berwick, who was slain by Northumbrian men who sacked the town. Her father, a distant cousin to the king. So Duncan dresses her in finest silks and honours her tonight, I hear, dining together in his private chamber.
What think you of Macbeth, who occupies the room below you in the tower?
I have met him just the once in passing.
How was this meeting? Did it please you?
He was most courteous, my lord. But it was just a brief encounter. That is all.
So what was your opinion of the man, aside from courteous? Good or bad?
I don't think bad opinion can be spoken of a man who is courteous.
Then if you have no bad opinion of him, you would be content to live in the luxury of Glamis as his wife.
I think not, my lord. I am most fulfilled at Forres, in my present happy state.
It is said he watches you as you take your daily walk round the garden. He is great in admiration of you, and would willingly have you as his wife.
I regret to say, my lord, I have no desire to be his wife.
To have feelings for him, whether true or conjured up by vixen-like ways, would from your present difficulties be the simplest and most untroubled route.
Difficulties, my lord? What difficulties?
My spies have torn away your mask. A mask which covered up a past, checkered, debauched, the lover of a dozen thanes, it seems. One left you with a child, its fate unknown.
There was no child. That is a lie.
The Thane of Berwick's daughter, Isabel, when she was 12 years old. She died 10 years ago, not in the recent raid. When this was made clear to me, I wondered who you were and why you were at Forres. Say nothing. You'll dig yourself deeper in the mire, and I want you at my side. Not drowned. You were 1 inch away from the axe's fall, your head cleaved off at dawn by a single blow. But I changed my mind. I have use for you, Lorna Stewart. That is your real name.
Was it that toad-like rat? The guard MacLeod. Did he confess? Give away all of me?
The jailer had to but hold the tongs in readiness to tear the fingernails one by one from his hands. The man's no fool. The words poured out like water from a jug.
Rip out his entrails while he still lives, and throw them to the buzzards as a feast.
That shall be done. He will die tomorrow. But understand, that is all I do for you. For in a task you are to serve me. A task which so far stubbornly defies my aims. My patience dies a little more each day. Now it is snapped, like a racked-up victim's spine. Secure Macbeth, first as his mistress and then as his wife, and ensure that in Scotland he remains as Thane of Glamis. Fail in this task, and you will join your friend MacLeod, your guts mixed with his as buzzards feast. No cause, dear lady, for downheartedness. For which you the title, Lady Macbeth.
read her the letter, cousin.
A letter from Macbeth to his wife.
His wife is dead. Messengers do not carry mail from the hands of mortals up to heaven.
It's from him to you, his second wife.
Why should I believe anything you say? You had me with the crown as Scotland's queen. But this does not accord with me as the wife of Macbeth. That is Duncan's plan, not mine. Why change your forecast now?
It's not yet written.
It's not here to hold.
I see it there in your bony hand.
It is but a figment, as yet not corporal, but it will exist one day. Listen and take note. Here, cousin, you begin.
Came missives from the king, who all hailed me, Thane of Cawdor.
By which title before, these weird sisters salute me. Continue, cousin.
And referred me to the coming on of time, with Hail King, and that shall be. All hail, Lorna Stuart, Queen to be of this fair land. All hail, all hail, all hail.
You summoned me, my lady?
Deliver this to my Lord Macbeth. Wait for his reply and bring it to me, with haste and no delay. Now, go at once. I look to success, not failure. I'll secure Macbeth. My life will be spared. Then, one day, he shall be king, with me at his side as his wife, the Queen. My Lord Macbeth, I hear you are soon to move to Glamis, to take up the lordship as the Thane. I would gladly accompany you, my lord, because towards you I have feelings. It has been this way since I came by here. Words, my lord, are all a woman has to make advance. So I ask with words, Macbeth, will you find some room for me in your heart, as I have found much room in mine for you? Whatever you desire is yours to have. My most humble, heartfelt regards, my lord. Isabel Stewart of Berwick.
Your lady commanded you to wait until a reply is written, is that correct?
That is as my lady commanded me, sir.
And if I choose not to pick up the quill, will you stand there all night and be there at dawn?
My obedience is ensured by my rank, sir.
What reply do you carry?
My lady, there is no reply. Macbeth sharply commanded me to leave.
But I commanded you to stay, to wait until he could compose his reply.
My lady, he said he had higher rank, making his command that which I obeyed.
Is he lost to me? And with that my life, my neck, to to feel the swift fall of the axe. When I am queen, an order will I sign. Rip out the entrails of this palace guard and throw them to the buzzards as a feast.
Fail in this task, and you will join your friend MacLeod. Your guts mixed with his as buzzards feast.
Can I dishonor my wife, who in heaven now gazes down at my sorry state? Or does she smile on me because fortune has brought Isabel into my life? Which way to go? Which choice first to make? Take on Glamis? Have Isabel in my bed? Or buy both? But what is the price?
I would pray to God if I had faith in his power of intervention. But he has never done a thing for me that's good. He caused my parents to abandon me through their untimely deaths. No prayer stopped that.
I confess I have desires for you, but it is a desire laced with caution.
Your reticence is worthy, my good sir. But I am certain that if the desire is there, your caution will take little to undo.
I am here of forest for a reason that already weighs heavy on my mind. This clouds my thinking when it comes to you, making a difficult choice more difficult. This turmoil I have never known before. And weighing heavier still are thoughts about my wife, who died 3 weeks ago. If I turned my back on her memory, is this not disloyalty and betrayal?
She would wish you to be happy, my good sir. This will come easily to you. Just let go the caution and grasp the desire, like a nettle taken firmly in the hand.
But beyond the question of desire, I crave some God-given wisdom. Thane of Glamis, castle and the land. Is this my place? Would this decision be made more easy if my happiness was restored in full? Does all this add up to my future?
It is our future, Macbeth. Our future.